Hello. My name is Kristen Clark, and we are here with 1trakmind, an artist who is from Orange County, well, originally from Ohio, and we're here to talk about underground hip hop and how it's different from mainstream hip hop, and it has its own kind of culture and subculture. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Name is 1trakmind, 330 native, 714 representative, Lost Animals Crew United Front. What's up?
All right. I'm glad to have you here today. I want to talk about underground hip hop. What inspires you about it and what drew you to it?
Hip hop on a whole, just from the time I heard it, which was around maybe 3 years old, my mom put on Sugar Hill Gang, and from that moment on, I just fell in love with the concept of expressing yourself to a beat with subjects, with the subject matter and everything, and tying that all in together. And from there, I was just obsessed with it from that point on.
Well, I know underground hip hop is very different because a lot of people that listen to it, they say they don't even have a radio, they don't listen to the radio, they don't like the radio, etc. And I just want to know, I mean, why is there such a divide between mainstream hip hop and underground?
Well, somewhere along the lines, an artist by the name of KRS-One came out with a concept kind of where it was kind of like hip hop versus rap, where he kind of drew the line between the two and almost made them kind of like subsets of hip hop in general. And a lot of what appeals to people that follow hip hop as opposed to rap is that it's a little more true to the culture. It doesn't seem to be influenced by commercial influences, outside influences, and it's a lot more true, in my personal opinion, to the actual art of hip hop as it was, as it was created and defined by the forefathers.
So it's safe to say that it's less about the money and the record label and more about the art and the beat and the lyrics, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's more about integrity as an artist, integrity as far as keeping the culture going and being true to the culture and representing the culture in a positive light.
So I know that you rap. What is your name? Go ahead and say it.
Once again, the name is 1trakmind from the Lost Animals Crew and also of the United Front Crew.
So tell me, I know you're in between two crews. How does that work?
The first crew is just a lot of homies, that have been real close for a number of years, and we kind of all gelled into a crew, and that's Lost Animals Crew. That's like my fam, my main representation or affiliation. And from working with them, we met some other crews just doing shows out there in Los Angeles and all through California. Some crews by the name of the Human Beings. Shout out to the Human Beings, Venice, California, Los Angeles, California, and Learning Curve, Los Angeles, California. And Human Beings, Lost Animals, and Learning Curve all kind of meshed together to make the United Front because we all liked how we were working together, and we liked the representation of hip hop that each respective crew was bringing, and so we wanted to keep that going together, and also to show a little more unity in the West Coast, which is always needed.
So I know you've done a lot of shows in the LA area. What is your favorite show so far, and who have you opened for? I know you've opened for a couple of artists that are big in the underground scene.
One of my favorite shows was a show back, and I want to say it was '05. In July of '05, we had the privilege of rocking the Roxy. Show was bananas. The place is bananas. It's a historic place. It was a real good look, and it was a lot of fun. Some of the artists that we've opened up for, Little Dap, Cannabis. I was just out in LA, I want to say about a month ago, working with Psycho Realm at the Graph Shop. That was real cool out there. And so, we just been trying to, we work with pretty much anybody who's representing, the culture in the proper form. And so that's what we're out there doing.
How do you find underground artists? I mean, do you Google it, or you just talk to people, or you kind of have to be connected? How does that work exactly?
A little bit of all of the above. Of course, the best way to find out information nowadays is just, like you said, to go on the internet and just Google it. You can definitely find Lost Animals, Learning Curve, Human Beings, United Front, myself, in that way. There's a variety of artist-related social websites that you could check out. I just recently got on ReverbNation.com, which is a really dope site, especially if you're an artist. You can go on there and promote your music, sell merchandise, link up with other artists, other fans too. Facebook, check us out on Facebook, MySpace, Twitter. SoundClick is another avenue where you can find other underground artists. The internet, I guess, would probably be the best way, and then the other way is the old-fashioned way. Just get your ass out to shows wherever your neighborhood is. I mean, I really fell in love with local artists around here just by going to shows and not knowing who was on the bill and just checking them out with an open mind, and that's how I found a lot of influences and a lot of people that I like to work with personally.
Nice, nice. So originally you're from Ohio, right?
Yeah. I was born in Canton, Ohio. I lived in Alliance, Ohio. It's northeastern Ohio if you're not familiar with the area.
Nice. And I know that you mentioned before that there's some underground people that you really like out there. Can you name some names?
Oh yeah, in Ohio, Mood is real big out there. So big ups to Mood. When I was a kid, I was a little bit influenced by some local acts. Of course, everybody knows Bones from Cleveland. So I mean, we grew up, trying to rap like Bone when we were like in 5th and 6th grade and stuff. So Ohio definitely it gets slept on. As far as the overall picture in the scene, but Ohio's got some hip hop heads out there.
Nice. I honestly I didn't know that. So I'm from Cali, and I didn't know how big hip hop was in that type of area, and I just know more or less about the hip hop that's in the Bay Area, and they have their movement.
Shout outs to the Bay. Just went up to San Jose. Cinco de Mayo was real crazy up there at the Cypher. Shout outs to Audio Drew.
All right. Well, let's get back to the underground movement. What else is different about underground that you would say separates itself from mainstream hip hop, besides the fact that it's not on the radio?
Oh, well, nowadays with like the internet jumping off like it is, and the access to programs to make music and like relatively affordable equipment being available to people, you're getting a lot of people in the scene and that maybe wouldn't have been there in years past just because they have access to certain materials that they might not have had, and now they have a forum, to do this stuff. So I think that's one of the things I like about hip hop, underground hip hop per se, is that anybody can get involved with it, and with that being said, you get a really nice diversity as far as like the material that's out there. You can like pick and choose pretty much which direction you want to go if you want to collab with people, So
Nice.
it's pretty cool in that aspect.
Good. Well, thank you for coming out. I'm glad that we had this time to talk about underground hip hop. Is there anything you want to add before we wrap up?
Just check us out on all the available avenues. Check me out on YouTube, MySpace, Twitter, Facebook. Come out to the shows. That's the best way to support the artist. It's just coming out to the show and being there in person that motivates and keeps everything going as a culture. So do that first and foremost.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. And this wraps it up. Thank you.